Baby, one thing about Shawn, he gonna always bring that conversation right back to the SE and the X, honey. And when it comes to Mecca, how dare you?
How we get up, just call back, right back. We can spend, then get it right back, man. She just gotta want all of that, so that's why I bought.
Hey y'all, welcome back. Jamie, that's me here. Listen, it's time to get into Married at First Sight, episode 5, I do believe. I wanted to get this video out to y'all yesterday, but I was not feeling good at all. And you may hear it a bit, so excuse me, okay? I'm gonna try my best to get through it. But we are going to talk about episode 5, starting off with Devon and Caitlyn, because he does have that conversation with her about her going to the gym after they had kind of agreed to going to the gym the night before, and she left him hanging. Now, one thing I do remember from that conversation was her saying that she was going to like kick him a few times while he sleep. Now, I don't know if she kicked him a few times while he was sleeping, he didn't get up, and she didn't want to wake him up any further, so she just decided to go ahead and go to the gym by herself. But being that Caitlyn has been moving a certain way when it comes to Devon, I'm willing to believe that she didn't try to wake that man up. She didn't try to wake him up at all. She went to the gym, okay? Because she needed that time to decompress. Because in my personal, she has been with him a lot. Like, give her some time to herself. But I do understand Devon's frustration as well, because if y'all had an agreement, don't just break the agreement. You know what I'm saying? So she was wrong in that sense. And all she had to do was tell him up front, I need that time. Either way, she says that she needs the separation, and she's like, we've been together for 24/7, right? And he says that's not how I view a relationship. I feel a way about that. It's how he phrased it and presented it to her, because you act like you're the only person that has a particular view of what your relationship should look like. That's not how that's not how I view my relationship. Okay. Well, then how does she view it? And then you guys meet in the middle somewhere. So she's like, that's what I need for this relationship to survive. Like, I'm going to need some time away from you. I don't fault her for doubling down on that either. Okay. And then can I also say, ask this question when it comes to Devon? If that's not how you viewed your relationship, then how did you handle the long distance relationships that you did have? Because you had 3 of those, let you tell it. You couldn't be with those people 24/7. And yeah, maybe that's why it didn't work out, but it also didn't stop you from getting into more long distance relationships. Okay. So I don't know. He says he doesn't want to smother her, but I kind of get that you do want to smother her. But good luck. Shawn and Nikki are talking, and he asks her what friendship is to her and how does it play out in a relationship, and is she willing to share her journey? Oh, she loves how he asked this question, right? She loves how he phrased it. She talks about her first boyfriend and how they were best friends. They were together for 10 years. It was like a common law marriage and stuff. And the guy that she was with thought that she was too big for him. Okay, I guess achieving more things in life than he was. Okay, so she needs someone who can see her and handle her and not feel small when they're with her. So he talks about being in situations where he is pouring into others, but when it's time for those others to pour into him, they typically avoid him instead of returning the favor. I hate that. I could relate to her being with somebody that was your best friend for 10 years, yada, yada. I relate to all of that. I could relate to him. You giving more to a person than they get to you. Completely understand you guys. So he says he's never experienced a love where someone is checking in on him, giving to him, and is in alignment with him. I don't know. Y'all might be able to find that with each other. We shall see. But you have been getting on my nerves though, Shawn. Just a little bit with the sex. Like, clearly, physical intimacy is something that is very important to Shawn, which is what it appears to me as he brings it up often. So hopefully you guys, hopefully y'all can find a medium or something. So either way, he feels like since he's been married to her, he feels like he's not alone anymore. So you could tell that kind of makes her feel good a bit. She's like, dang, that sucks. I hate that you've been the person pouring into others and not receiving it. It seems like she may be able to relate to that as well. And she is happy that he has some comfort in them being married right now, right? Now, Cameron and Michelle, they discuss him not living in Seattle, right? I think he's on the outskirts, and he's saying that because he's a basketball coach, he can't really, I guess, choose his location, like depending on where the schools are. That's where he'll go because his love is, basketball and being a coach, right? So she prefers Seattle over wherever he's living at, but she said she would consider it, if that's something that means a lot to him or whatever, she may consider relocating. But she said she would prefer to stay in Seattle where she's from, closer to her family, because if they have children, it's more so if they have children, she thinks it would be necessary to be near the parents. And I agree 1000%, so that you can get the help that you need. If he's going to be out there on the courts all the time, traveling with the basketball team, this and that, you're definitely going to need some support with one or two children. And if your parents are nearby, that's what makes sense to me. So she wants to start having kids in a year and, or plan it all out. I think it sounds like she wanted kids within a year, but she's open to maybe 2 years or something. But Cameron says he wants more time with his wife before their life changes completely. Cameron, you're not ready for marriage, baby. You don't want this. You don't want, like, it's okay. It's okay. Cameron, later on in the episode, he said something like, I know that what did he say? I know marriage will change me a lot. But he didn't say change. I think he said enhance me. It would enhance me. And I'm like, in what way? I wanted her to get him to explain that more. Like, in what way would it enhance you? Because how it's sounding to me, you're not really trying to change anything to fit into this marital lifestyle or whatever. You just want somebody else to bring and tag along with everything else that you're trying to do. With basketball, it kind of made me think a little bit about Devon, but either way, Cameron says that he's having flashes of running. He's been having flashes of, baby, just go then. Just go. You're afraid of commitment. But you signed up for this show. Just go. So he says when he thinks about marriage and kids, it scares him. Then why are you married? Why did you, huh? And this comes up later. Okay. This comes up again later in the episode. But I'm like, then why sign up for this show? They go to the pool gathering. Courtney and Caitlyn, they're over there talking about Devon needing a lot of her time. And Courtney says she can relate and says she needs alone time and she's going to create a lie just so she can get some alone time to herself. Like, Courtney, you're weird. Like, you're just weird. And I think my issue is you're not communicating anything to Nick, but you're telling everybody else. Courtney says Nick tried to cuddle her, and she said that she had bubble. I think she told him she had bubble guts or something like that. And I said, "Hey, just get these two off the show. If this is what it gotta be, and she wants to blow her head off and all of this stuff, I'm like, just take Courtney and Nick off the show, please. Thank you." Devin tells the guys that Caitlyn needs her independence and wants to miss him sometimes, and he says it's going to be an adjustment for him because that's not how he envisioned his wife. I don't think it has to be an adjustment for you. This is both, like, yes, an adjustment comes with it because you guys or this is new for the both of y'all. But I don't think it has to be that big of an adjustment based on what you envisioned. It's not hard to change your vision. Like, I don't know. It's going to be a big adjustment for me because that's not how I envisioned my wife. Like, you never had a wife before for it to be this huge adjustment. Like, for me, I feel like he was talking about their connection or their relationship as if it's similar to the past relationships. Like, I'm used to operating this way and this way and this way. So it's going to be a big adjustment for me. I feel like that makes sense. But when you say, oh, how I envisioned this, it's going to be a big adjustment because of how I envisioned it, then change your vision. Change your vision. Change your vision. Okay? Especially for a person that's been in long distance relationships. Like, you'll be fine. Okay? Let her know. I feel like it don't have to be that hard. Like, as much as you require your alone time, I completely understand it. I also would like a lot. I also would like certain time that we have together. Like, I don't know. I just feel like it don't got to be that hard. But either way, Nick is now trying to course correct himself. Right? He says he's trying to initiate more when it comes to Courtney. These two are just, Courtney and Nick are confusing because they are not communicating on what the other person wants or needs, and they're having to just figure. It's like they want each other to figure themselves out without communicating their wants and needs. Like, it's weird, but Mecca thinks that he may be the issue in the connection with Belle, and he says he lets her take the lead a lot, and he sits back, which is very interesting for him to say how he sits back and let her take the lead, because later on in the episode he turns around and says something like, oh, I feel like I do more than you do. What? Either way, okay, he could tell that she really, really likes him, but he's scared that he's going to F it up. Oh, okay. You must be a F up. So either way, Courtney, here she comes again, telling somebody else that her and old boy aren't physical, and she has to show him how to do stuff. Now, granted, I'm with you on that, Courtney. Having to show him how to do a coffee machine and having to pick this up or do, like, yeah, yeah, I'm with you on that. But also let him know. Let him know that. She also knows that she's the problem too, because he doesn't know how to, or at least she doesn't know how to talk to him, right? She don't know how to have that conversation. She asked Nick, who does he think he's connected with the most? He says Mecca, right? They can relate. He doesn't know where Courtney stands, and he's unsure on what to do and what not to do, right? Because she ain't telling him. So she tells him she's a slow burn. I feel like everybody's a slow burn until they get with a person that they're actually into. So she tells him she's a slow burn and she's goofy and she wants to do silly things and she's not comfortable with expressing herself. Sometimes I listen to this stuff. It's just hard to believe that y'all people are the age that y'all are at. Y'all big grown people and you don't know how to express yourself, but y'all want to hurry up and jump into a marriage. Y'all should have been jumping on a therapist couch. So she cries, and she says she pretty much, what I took from it is she's crying. She often puts other people's feelings before her own. She says she feels awkward telling people what she needs. Then that's not cool. You can't feel awkward to tell people what it is that you need, but then get upset when people are not operating how you want them to operate. You have to teach people how to treat you. Open your mouth. Say something. Okay? If it hurt their feelings, oh well. And that's why you keep getting what you don't want out of life, because you ain't saying nothing. Okay? Just getting on my nerves. All right? Anywho, so she says that she wants to be kitty like at times, like he could have threw her in the pool and this and that, like let's just have fun. So she asked about the reality shows and why he keeps doing them, and he says, "Listen, I've been trying to date seriously for the past few years, and he says I'm only doing this show for real, to find love." I don't feel like he fully answered her question. Okay, I think he should have really broke it down. The reason I did the circle, it had nothing to do with dating. It was this, it was that. I did this other show because of whoop de whoop. I don't feel like he gave her a good enough explanation as to why he keeps coming on these shows. But either way, by the end of it all, they had some sort of breakthrough and they're actually communicating. So we'll see how this is going to progress or not. Michelle tells Cameron that he values his independence or something like that. She understands that he values his independence. He says it makes him want to run for the hills or whatever. She says, okay, well, since you're so scared, why are you here? Okay, so basically, he seems to value his independence, being alone, understanding and recognizing that he's likely afraid of commitment, right? And so he's like, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, at times thinking about marriage, thinking about this and that, it makes me want to run for the hills. And she's like, well, then why are you here? 1000%. And she said it laughing. And I'm like, I already see how you play with yourself, because you said something that was so valid, but you laughed at it to soften the moment. Like, what? Like, it would have not been any laughing at all. It would have been, why are you here then? Why are you here? Don't laugh with him. Why are you here? Nah, why are you here though? What's up? What's going on? Why you brought me here? What's going on? Tell the people something. Either way, so he believes being married and having kids will enhance his life. That was the thing. But how? How do you feel that it's going to enhance your life? In what way? And I also feel like with enhancing comes evolving, comes with changes. So enhancing you in what way? When I hear this and feel away as a cock Asian man, it's enhancing his appearance to other men in the basketball field. Oh, he's a married man. He has a family. I think based on that, the image changes. Like the image that single men get from society versus married men get from society is different. And a lot of times, more so over there in that sector and not this sector, okay, they are often elevated because they are married men with children, whatever. They're looked at differently. So I feel like when he talks about being married and having kids will enhance him. I feel like he's talking about his career. His career has been his sole focus the past few years, that I feel like this time around, that's what he's talking about. His career will be enhanced. Because I surely doubt the family life will be enhanced. The wife, I really feel like she's going to be jumping into his journey, not them having a journey together. I think there are things that she may like to do that she's probably going to have to stop, because now her identity is being the mother to his kids and his damn wife. While he gets to go on and have his basketball career, yada yada. Like, I cringe. Like, I don't want to see Michelle and Cameron go any further. I'm not gonna lie. Shawn and Nikki, she tells him he is like a spiritual and emotional leader in the relationship, and she appreciates it, right? He then goes on to ask her, how does she feel about their comfort level with physical intimacy so far? And I say, here you go. I said, why? We finna get right back to this guy, because you want to hunch on this lady bad, don't you? Okay, that's what it's given to me. And that's how I feel. And if that's how I feel, Nikki feel, that's what it is. So she says she's comfortable so far, and they have had more physical exchanges, right? He then asked her about her other needs outside of sex, and how does she fulfill her needs as well as her partner's needs. And I'm like, what do you mean? What other needs outside of sex? She just told you, like, y'all have been kissing, hugging, rubbing, whatever it is, y'all have been a bit further than what she's expected. So now he's like, how do you fulfill your partner's needs outside of that? I was glad she was like, well, you got needs? Because what are you talking about? You got needs? What exactly do you mean? And so he says he wants her to initiate the kiss. Okay, I'll give him that. Okay, I'll give him that. Okay, he wants her to initiate the kisses, not him always initiating the kisses, right? He likes his head rub, his back rub, a little spank on the booty or something a few times. But I do feel like this, to me, and I'm kind of on Nikki's side with this. It's been a week. Okay. It's been a week. And she even said in her confessional that, wow, we like, so much has happened in these few days. Like, it's progressing. Like, you could tell she's starting to like him more and more. Her guard is coming down a little more. She's giving him more kisses than what she expected to be giving him. But I think what he's saying is valid. If you want her to be the one to initiate because he also wants to be desired, I get that. Okay. I think it's fine. I think it's just about how you say it too. But he likes his head rub, back rub, all of that. I think all of that stuff is going to happen. I do. Because as she said, we in week 1 and I'm already feeling closer to you. So I think all the stuff that he wants, he's going to get it. And that's what she says. She says she wants it to happen naturally. It's going to take time, but it's going to happen. I think it could be happening the next week. Y'all might even hunch before them 5-6 weeks are up. But I don't know. He wants it to move very rapidly, and part of that could be similar to Devon. Child, was it Devon? I think it was Devon. That's not how I envisioned my relationship. Okay, I guess based on how he envisioned his marriage to be, it was y'all was gonna be kissing up, rubbing up, touching up all on each other. Like, I think it's coming. So yeah, so then he says that she need, or at least she says she needs something to be unlocked. Now this is where it went. So she says, I need something else to be unlocked, or something like that. She's like, I need more or whatever to be unlocked for me to feel sexually attracted to you. I was like, damn. I mean, you would have thought he would have read the vibe to know that she's not 100% attracted to him, but she may be slowly getting there. And he says, oh, wow, I didn't know that you weren't sexually attracted to me. Oh, child. So he says he doesn't want her to be kissing him because she likes and respects him. Right? And says it's not, he says, it's not treating his heart with care. If that, like, don't do that because you like me and you respect me, I deserve a little kiss. Like, do it because you feeling me like that. I don't know. Y'all let me know your thoughts on that. Okay. So he says he's going to trust that she, as his wife, is going to make it possible for them to get in alignment. And I'm like, what does that mean though? And how does that look? Because it seems like you're pulling her out of her comfort zone. And I think that she's already coming out of her comfort zone with the more time that she spends with you. So what do you mean? Do you just, I think part of it is he wants her to take the initiation on things. And I totally understand him on that, because with Nikki does show up in my personal as a person of gimme, 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 gimme. Me, 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 me. She does show up like that. I don't care. So I do understand him wanting to be desired and all of that as well. So you got to show me a little. So I showed you what I could do for you. I've given you my energy. So what are you gonna, right? And maybe that also goes back to him being that person that pours and pours and pours into others. And when it's time for them to pour into him, they don't. So now this may be his way of kind of putting his guard up a little bit and saying, hey, I'm just gonna trust you that you're gonna get us in alignment. Cause you already know I'm attracted to you. I'm feeling you. So what's what? Right? But I do think that she likes him. But I think in her head, and I do think she's feeling him too. I think the holding hands, the kissing, like she's slowly letting her walls down. And I just think if there's any wall that's up, most of it may be due to the timing, right? It could also be due to, things she's dealt with in her past, right? And being left hanging. It could be due to, like I said, oh, it's only been a few weeks. Oh my God, things are progressing so fast. And that's what really makes me believe that she is liking him. And that's kind of going away. Like, if he got in the gym, like I don't know, Nikki. I don't know, Nikki. Like, girl, you might need to, I don't know, let's barter a little bit. You want more of this physical action from me? Then you need to get physical in the gym with me. How about that? Because let's not act like y'all didn't see them muscles popping up on Shawn sitting over there in the pool. Okay? Now, Shawn's body is definitely giving. I used to work out, and then, I kind of stopped a little bit. I got too involved in, being an administrator or whatever down to the college and me trying to go ahead and be the president of the university. I ain't have time to work out like that. It's giving a little bit of that. But if I get in the gym, don't play with me now. Because if I get in the gym and fix that meal plan, eat the same thing every day, if I get my mental right, I'll be good in a month. I'll be good in a month. So it's like, listen, Shawn, you need to get in there like just for 1 month. 1 month. I'ma say 4 to 7 times, not even 3 to 5. I'ma say 4 to 7 times a week. Get you some physical activity in on that body. Cause the way them muscles was looking, I said, baby, Shawn could pop out here real fast. Ain't there to it. And I understand the speculations that are still out there. I don't know if that man is or is not. That man may be bi and he's not comfortable with saying that yet. Whatever, that's his business. Whatever. What I will say is Shawn is not, he's an attractive man in my personal. I think his dad bod looks nice on him. Can it be better? 1000%. It can. A lot of hours could be better. 1000%. We put the time in. Okay. He seems like a very considerate, nice, kind-hearted man. I think Shawn has some great qualities about him. And if all you worried about is his physique, girl, Shawn, get your ass in the gym with your lady. Just go down to the gym. Do it. Start off walking. Start off doing walking or the stairmaster. Just do a little stuff. Just do what you gotta do. It'll be fine. All right. Good. Because while you over here, be clear. While you ready to hunch on my girl Nikki so bad, you better have the stamina. No, put your hands on her. You better have the stamina. You better be able to. Can't you stay in the rain? You better. You better be able to. Let's get to Tori and Felipe. So he's really liking her, right? He's not sure what living together is going to be like. When I tell y'all, Felipe is damn near falling in love with Tori all off of her looks. But not only her looks, I do believe Tori is how can I say it? I think she a stand on business type person. Just knowing that she went and pulled that girl out for her to have a drink, pour herself into her, tell her what all her man and did, and went to that house. And baby, Tori pulled some shit that I'll pull. Why you? I'm gonna pack this mother. Okay, okay, period. But depending on the situation, because I had this, I'm like that. When was this? Like, child, this was like my oldest son was like a kid. I changed them locks and put all that shit outside so fast, baby. Don't play. Okay, so either way. Shout out to Tori. She seemed like she one of those stand on business type of ladies. And maybe that's something else that's drawing him to her outside of just her beauty. You know, so I'm like, okay, but he did say like, I don't want to love bomb her or nothing because I have done that in the past. Like, baby, the way you gazing in her eyes and stuff, I am a little concerned. Like when they were dancing and everything, and I'm like, okay, this is cute. Girl was giving one of them Love Island dates, wasn't it? But I'm like, y'all dancing and everything. I'm like, this is cute. But the way he was like gazing at her, like this is a Disney movie or something, I was concerned. I'm like, Earth to Felipe. Hello, hello, hello. Wake up. Don't be selling my girl no dream. I'm glad she knows that you're a piece of a hoarder, though. You better get right there and clean that shit up. Okay, because she don't want to deal with that. So we'll see how it's gonna go. They both genuinely like each other a lot. I thought they would be one of the couples that have some of the biggest issues, and they actually are not. So kudos to them. But let's get to Mecca and Bill, child. Because y'all know I like me some Mecca and I like me some Bill. But I see Mecca, you about to piss me off. And I'm finna blame your daddy. Like I blame your daddy for everybody else that has left your life. But either way, he's enjoying married life so far. And she says, you know, at some point they're talking and she's like, I think we're both attracted to each other. This man gonna say, you don't think one of us is more attracted than the other? Boy, why the fuck? And she's like, oh my God, that's a good question. But why the hell would you say that? Like, is there something you trying to tell me? So he tells her that she's more attracted to him than he is to her. I mean, it's true, but you don't say that. You don't say that, sir. So he says she's at 150% and he's at 80% attracted to her. Didn't I think he changed it and said 80-60 or something? What? So now she's like, okay, if this is what we doing, I need to pull back. I need to pull back. He says that he shows it more than she does in the affection department. Nugget, what? What? I'm confused. She, but then didn't you just say that you let her lead? I don't know, but it has annoyed me. And I slick want Belle to fall back. I slick do want her to fall back because how dare you say that? Why did you think that needed to be said? What kind of women are you? That's another thing she should have. Well, what kind of women are you interested in? Then? What kind of women are you used to dating? Cause what? But okay, she's like, that's crazy. She's gonna pull back, and I don't follow her. Any woman will pull back. You say some like that. Nobody ever wants to hear that they're more into a person than a person is into them. Devin wants a connection like Adam and Marissa. He's over there admiring what they got going on. And yeah, I don't know. He talking about how Caitlyn doesn't really touch on him or anything. And I'm like, Caitlyn, baby, you want your alone time and you also not rubbing his back or doing too much, touching him or any of that. It's like, I'm thinking that you do want to be by yourself. Maybe you and Cameron should have got together. Cause he gonna be going away at basketball anyway, so you get all the damn time that you want by yourself. That's who should have been together. And then let Michelle and Devin had got together. That's who should have got together. She about would have been crazy about him at Devin. Who knows? But it's like maybe you don't like him. But I thought y'all really fit. I love how both of you all are adventurous. But when I also reflect back on that, it just makes me think that Caitlyn wants a homeboy. She just wants a homeboy. I don't know. Y'all let me know your thoughts. Let's get to Adam and Marissa. He asked her if there was one couple she had to send home, who would it be? And she was like, I'm not gonna do that. I don't want to send nobody home. He said, well, I'll send Devin and Caitlyn home. I'm not even gonna hold you. I'm gonna send my homeboy home because it's just not giving what we would have thought that it would have. And I was like, oh wow. Okay. Okay, so you'll send Devin and Caitlyn home over Cameron and Michelle. So you must see more of a connection with them two than you did Devin and Caitlyn. Or maybe it's because they've actually spent time with Devin and Caitlyn more. And they're seeing that, yeah, I don't know if she really like you like that. Whole time you got Caitlyn over here doing the video diary saying that she doesn't know if she'll be able to give Devin what it is that he needs or what he's looking for. Child, this a mess. And I don't really see that changing. I don't see it changing. I don't really see her bending to what it is that he would want. And if she does, I don't think she's going to do that for long because she doesn't like that. So I don't know. I thought the matchmakers did a good job. And now I'm seeing that y'all didn't. Oh, love the first 2 episodes though. Love how y'all shot it now. Don't get it twisted. Love how y'all shot the season so far. However, ooh, these couples, they're always a basket case, ain't they? But listen, that's all I got. Leave your thoughts down below. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.